Boo, it's me. Welcome back to But welcome to week 3. Katrina's gone. I'm not sad about that. Mirage won again. I love her, but if she keeps winning, I'm gonna fuck her up and then give her a hug and say it's gonna be okay.
And then she started queefing blood. Like, who does that? Oh my god, hi. It's me, Mirage. I didn't see you there. I just so happened to have one last week. Ow, yes. I know that any moment, my peaks could become valleys, and I'm ready for that, and I packed a parachute so I can climb right back on that fucking hill. Last week, our poorest sister, Katrina. Yeah, I can see why that's her drag name, considering she went out like a hurricane. I'm feeling sort of like I definitely have a stamp on this competition. People who are becoming competitors are Anne, Chris, who's very quiet in the group chat, but turns looks like a bitch, Izzy, and everybody else is kind of either playing it safe or like they are different each week. It's just hit or miss. The people I'm worried for, probably Envy, Ink. Chris just doesn't have a lot of personality in the group chat, but she's doing really well in her looks. Aurora, I'm worried for her. But the person I'm most worried for, she has been doing like really shit looks. Her attitude has like just been really quiet lately, and like I'm just like not vibing with her, and like honestly, Matt, if you're watching this, I'm scared for you, girl.
Hey girlies, it's me, Chris Anthem. So, I thought I'd talk about, girl, I am so glad that I was fucking second, I'm pretty sure, last week. And honestly, I'm glad. I didn't think I would do that good. I love how my fucking outfit turned out though, but girl, sometimes I'm not a performer. I mean, I am, but like, I don't know. I thought I did really good. I was so happy with it. Ugh. My pearls, my big boobies, you know, everything about it. I was living.
I think I did pretty well. I ended up placing safe, which is decent, I guess. I kind of maybe deserved better. I did get critiqued on my performance, which was my main issue that everybody had, because the judges seemed to like my outfit, which I understand. It wasn't the best performance. I understand that. The winner was Mirage. When I first found out that Mirage won, I was a little confused because I had seen her performance. She busted her ass in the middle of her performance. So I'm not sure why Mirage won. And congrats to her on that. Another thing that really confused me is why Anne wasn't in the top, because again, I saw her full performance and Anne really killed the performance and the look. So I was really, really shocked that Anne was not in the top.
Guess who was in the bottom 2? Ding ding ding. That's right, it was me. The elimination of Miss Katrina Del Waters was definitely justified, because if you look back at the lip sync, that's all I'm gonna say, because all you need to do is look back at the first few seconds of it, and then you can obviously tell who wants it here and who wasn't ready. And I'm not saying that Katrina was not ready. I will say that because 2 days before judging and everything like that, I was checking up on her, so I texted her. Texted back, she's like, you know what, I'm kind of done. I'm like, what do you mean you're done? She's like, I don't know. I just don't have the passion to compete anymore. And I'm pretty sure that it was very, very obvious when it came down to that lip sync that she gave up. When it came down to the bottom 2, I did have a problem with it because statistically speaking, I scored higher than Aurora. But because I was in the bottom 2 week 1 and I was low week 2, I was put in the bottom. And honestly, I don't think that was right. What the fuck happened to points? I know it was by 0.5, but that 0.5 saved my ass, or it should have saved my ass, but it didn't. I'm the only bitch that has lip synced here twice, and it just pisses me off because I didn't deserve to be there. I didn't. The group chat, I am pleasantly surprised because I've started to talk Mirage and Aurora a bit more. I texted Aurora, and Aurora knows my feelings about the elimination. I've started to slowly build a friendship with her. I really do enjoy it because in the beginning of the season, some people told me some stuff about Mirage, and I let them influence my opinion about who Mirage was. Yeah, Mirage is blunt, and she can be cunty at times, but you love her because of that. I truly do love Mirage. I love everything she does. I don't know, she's a great person. People need to give her more chances. Speaking of people, Envy has kind of been getting on my nerve. Ever since week 1, she placed high. And then ever since then, she's always seemed to have a bigger and bigger ego every single week. Like last week, she said, I think I'm gonna win. And then she got upset. Then she was like really upset that she didn't win. And I was just like, what? I was so confused. I was just like, what the hell? And I kind of just left that situation as is because I am not one to have it right now.
Hey, how y'all doing? So we're currently just backing out from work. Finally got back to work, y'all. We're making income. It's depressing that we're fighting through this pandemic. We gotta make motherfucking money, but bills gotta get paid. So the challenge last week. I will be honest with you. I did this in my first critique situation, but I did go up to Matt the following week or whatever, and kind of was just like, how the fuck was I not in the bottom week 1? Week 2, again, very much like, why was I not in the bottom? I thought my look was it. That's just the plain truth of it. I didn't necessarily think it was, up until filming kind of happened, I thought it was it, and then when I had to film my challenge, and when I had to film a performance, and my runway, I was just like, I don't know if this is it. So that's kind of where I was at emotionally. I'm nervous. I'm scared. When the bottom 3 were announced, in my mind, in my body, in my spirit, I felt that I was gonna be there. Like, I think I ended up seeing everybody's look after I submitted my stuff, and it surprisingly, I was, not surprisingly, but it's just like everybody did amazingly, and I'm just sitting here like, oh, well, maybe my shit's gonna, look cute. I knew that there was a possibility I was gonna be the bottom. First of all, I saw the scoring. Saw the scoring. Shout out to Ink. I was lower than her, and I was just like, what the fuck? And then somehow I didn't lip sync. I was baffled. I was so baffled. We were both shocked. She was upset, and I was pretty much like, you have the right to be upset. And I was like, how the fuck? And in the entire group chat, I was like, how the fuck did I not end up in the bottom 2? Obviously now a lot of things have to be taken into consideration. Your past performance, along with the performances of the week. The lip sync was fire. Shout out to Ink. I don't know. It is what it is. I appreciated what Ink did, and I was surprised I wasn't in the bottom. It's pretty much the sum of everything.
Warning. This is your emergency broadcast announcement for the Finnish Line's first purge sanctioned by Madam Finnish and Andrew in Action. Papers will automatically materialize within the next 10 seconds.
Ooh, a note.
What is that? Oh, I thought you threw paper. When did you throw a laptop? Fine.
Every good purger must have a killer outfit
That represents themselves, but this year,
You and 2 other queens must purge together.
In the theme of your choice. Last week's winner, Mirage.
A Manson will be choosing
who will be your serial comrades? Not comrades, comrades.
With your weapon at hand and your mask ready for use. May mayhem be with you all. I have just the thing for it.
Since I was the winner, I got to choose who goes where. So the requirements are that we need a weapon and a mask. And well, if there's things I'm really good at, it's making things into a weapon.
I'm not really into partner challenges. I like to stay up on my own. This week my team is with Envy Killed Her. Shout out to her. And then Izzy. Shout out to them. We love them. We're all doing mythological creatures. I really like my outfit. I did a siren.
So my team decided that we're going to do mythical creatures, and this is a spindle. So since I decided to do one of my favorite mythical creatures, I need some string, and you'll see why. But I wanted to show you guys this. I'm taking pieces of colored wool, usually looks kind of like this, just a little ball of wool, taking little strands of it, and I'm continuously winding it so that I can create my own thread. It's gonna be fucking badass. Pardon my language, watch your profanity. I've never seen a Purge movie, so for this challenge I actually got to binge them and it was amazing, so thank you for that. I got this because I needed a new quarantine craft because I've gone crazy during quarantine. I started out gardening, it just kind of exploded, so I was like, oh, sunflowers, those are neat. These are cute too. Why don't I plant these? And then all of a sudden it spiraled into me growing my own cotton plants. So I can do some thread from homespun cotton and send that off to my mother for her to use in her crochet. I come from a very long line of crafty people. Quarantine has made everybody a little crazy, and if you haven't learned one really weird thing in quarantine, what have you done with your life?
My group is doing a Alice's Madness Returns video game kind of thing. If you don't know what that is, it's basically deranged Alice in Wonderland video game about people in Wonderland going crazy and basically all becoming murderous. And yeah, I'm Alice when she goes into hysteria mode for the video game, so that's when she's basically at her like most powerful moment. I was paired with Mirage and Spjork, or as Mirage calls her, Spork.
I am going to be the Queen of Hearts. Bjork was assigned the Mad Hatter.
Hi everyone. My idea has kind of shifted a little bit. Originally it was going to be very suit wear, very formal. It's kind of shifted more now to more streetwear, comfortable look. I want to show this character, but I want to make sure that it's Purge enough. Like I want this person, I want you to be able to see this outfit, know who I'm referencing, but also be like, oh, that's a bitch that's gonna go commit some crime, but that's legal. So yeah, that's what I'm working on. Last week I got placed high, and this week I'm with Mirage. Maybe it'll rub off on me, who knows? If not, I'll continue to be the Kirsten Wig of this competition. So I'm gonna go back to work now.
I don't know how Spjork's gonna do. I love her, but I just don't know how she's gonna do. I don't mind her, but there's times where you do want to punch her. Trust me.
I've been paired up with the lovely Trash Muffin and Chris. Think about the group. Unconventional queen, someone that doesn't talk, someone who's been underperformed. It sounds like a pretty great group to me. I love them in my group. The only person I really have a problem with is Chris because she does not talk. She does not communicate. Kind of done with it. I'm kind of over the fact that she doesn't talk. I asked her why she doesn't talk. She's just like, oh, I never know what to say. Say words. Say hi. Say something. Honestly, it's kind of getting annoying.
I am so glad that I got paired with my girl Ink. I thought she did great last week. I loved her makeup, honey.
I have been fucked over more times than I can count on both hands with teams challenges. We'll see how that goes. I am teamed up with a cute pairing, one of my drag daughters, and someone that I know from a past competition. We know our concept already, which is a version of like childhood memories kind of deal. So I was assigned a bear, like a teddy bear, and I think I took it in a very interesting direction. I also heard through the grapevine that Envy and Aurora were talking shit about me in one of the group videos, saying how I was probably the next to go and that I had not produced anything that they found worthwhile in this competition so far, which I think is very funny because the first week, Aurora probably should have been in the bottom, and the second week, both Envy and Aurora were in the bottom, or near the bottom, in my opinion. And I'm just gonna say, there is a such thing as the curse of trash, and it's chromatic in nature. Now, I didn't use that word right, so I'm going to copyright it now. Chromatic. I don't know how to spell it. I'll make sure I spell it in the next episode. Believe me, a little bit of karma will be coming their way. But let's get on to these runways, shall we? On the finish line.
Hello and welcome to the third week of
The finish line.
The Finish Line. The Finish Line. The Finish Line. The Finish Line. The Finish Line. The Finish Line. The Finish Line. This week, our guest judge is our previous contestant, Alice Noir of Season 1.
Hi dolls, I'm Alice Noir, runner-up of Season 1 of The Finish Line, and I'm so excited that Miss Matt Mayhem Finish has asked me tonight to give you girls some critiques, constructive criticism, and just a little bit of my own personal opinion, and I hope we could all have a good time tonight.
We asked the girls to purge in groups of 3. Let's see how they did.
So my part in our Purge Sisters look is the Banshee. She is an Irish demon, screams before somebody dies, and that string I was talking so much about in my craft video, yeah, that's what sewed my mouth shut.
Today's look is sponsored by straps, metal, and a whole lot of Jesus. I am a siren. I drive men to come at me and just die. I'm here to eat them, poke them, do a lot of things to them, except fuck them.
Hey my skinny demons, this week on the runway I am stealing my Hysteria Mode Alice from Alice's Madness Trends in the video game. Got my little bunny prop, and not to mention my weapon.
For my runway this week, I got the Mad Hatter, and I was trying so hard to think of how I could make the Purge mix with this fantasy. And you know what I did? Decided to make some horrific Mad Hatter, but also who's a young teen girl. She already has gone crazy.
I made this crown, this choker, and this kind of hoop skirt. I ran out of time, so it's not as gorgeous as I thought it was going to be, but hey, you see the concept, and I'm serving it. Boo!
Our concept this week was childhood memories, and I decided to do a stuffed mama bear, one of those weird 90s bears that would dress up like humans. When you take off my mask, I'm absolutely crazy, and I also eat the people that I kill. I'm also going to start laughing hysterically. She loves waving her machete around, pointing it at people, and walking away weirdly.
This week on the runway, I am giving you Porcelain Doll. I come out on the runway with my baby doll mask, and then I turn back. Oh, don't worry. There's a surprise back there as well to reveal that I'm still broken. But that's what the Purge is all about. We're purifying ourselves. We're fixing ourselves.
Hello, uglies! I mean, hello, queens.
Before we judge, can we just address the obvious? Merry Christmas! Happy holidays! Season's greetings!
Happy Saturnalia.
Well, I know this was a group challenge this week. The queens will be judged individually. For our highs this week, we have Anne.
Woo! Made it out of the safe zone! Thank you.
Ink.
And Chris Anthem.
Ah, thank you so much.
Please come up, ladies. First up, we have Ink. So Ink had China Doll and was following the theme Corruption of Childhood.
Okay, Ink. I gotta say, this look made me squirt. Ink, this says Purge to me. It looks like you're a psychotic person with a knife behind their back, and this is somebody that I wouldn't want to run across. You met the challenge beautifully, and the pros that I have are you are leaps and bounds improved. If you look at your first week compared to this, you have made significant jumps and strides. It's much more complete. You have a cohesive look altogether. I want to say that a queen is forming before our very eyes. Here, your well is deep. Get it? The cons that I have for you is that your weapon could be bigger, like cartoon big, just a little bit more devastating. It's kind of like you're taking out a butter knife. So Well, because I'm used to working like with really big honky knives,
Like
something like
pyramid
Michael,
knives.
yeah, like Michael Myers, something that's gonna like slice and dice.
First of all, I thought the mask was an amazing find. It looks like you based your look off of the mask. That was a smart choice. This is the most put together you've ever looked in the race. It was a complete like 170. I'm so happy to see you in the top. I like the detail that you yellowed your teeth. I don't know what you did, if you used the actual enamel or if you like drank coffee or soda for like a week and didn't brush your teeth, but I thought that was a really nice detail that nobody else thought of. It looks great on you. I think it's an amazing addition to the outfit. I think you should be really proud this week.
I think this was very well executed. It definitely was doll, but I just think the doll was a little bit too clean. You're purging, you're killing people, you're robbing people, and your dress is still that pristine and white, and your hair does not have a singular follicle out of place. I just don't believe it. But otherwise, I think it's a very well polished look, but I would just really think about the character of the outfit next time. If your character is going to be parading the streets and murdering and pillaging, maybe just dress the dress a little. Add a little dirt, add a little grime. Don't be afraid to get dirty.
The next queen in the top.
Son of a biscuit, let me get to the page. Chris.
The next queen we have here is Chris Anthem.
Chris Anthem.
Chris Anthem.
What are you gonna stab somebody with your gun?
Well, wait. It has a little knife. Chris Anthem had the theme of corruption of childhood, and she was the child. What do you have to say about Chris?
I definitely get like Dennis the Menace vibes from your look. I don't know if that's what you intended, but yeah, it's definitely that for me. I do wish that there were more drag elements to this. So again, this is kind of like straddling whether or not
it's costumey versus
right.
draggy.
You know, that I think you put it right on the nose. And your weapon, as much as I get the idea that you have a pitchfork, I kind of would have liked if you had like a real pitchfork, like a honking huge wooden
go
metal.
out to the field.
Well, I mean, you know, something like, because it's kind of hard for me to break with the illusion that this is maybe just a kid trick-or-treating. You definitely look like somebody I wouldn't want to cross on Purge night. But if it were between you and I think I'd get you.
Isn't that a leg of a table? I have to say that I'm in love with the mask. I believe you made it, so I really like the design you did. It's traditional devil. I like the fact that it's glittery. Like you had said, it reminds me of a kid on Halloween.
We were on the same page!
And I didn't hate it. Your makeup was fun, actually. I believe you drew on like the crooked nose, and you had this dark makeup right here, and it was nice. It was emotive. Made me want to scrunch up my nose, and I love that. I did think it was a bit pedestrian as far as the garments. I like the fact that you had the 666. I couldn't really see it until I actually got your work footage.
Because without just, you know, the small elements of the face and the pitchfork, it could just be that this is what you wear regularly on any other day. I could totally see this on you, Chris.
I could see this on a Instagram photo.
Yeah.
I wrote, if you had taped on knives to the end of your pitchfork, it's just something like stabby or jabby, it would have made it look like makeshift weapon, but it would have looked cool with the weapons attached to the end of it.
I love that. It really would have been purgy.
Yeah.
If you had just like duct taped it
to the trident.
And then yeah, I totally get that.
Yeah.
That would be like, oh, she made her own weapon.
Yeah.
He made his
and
own
she's going
weapon.
out to Purge night, but great job overall this week.
Yes.
Great job.
Chris Anthem with the child. I loved your kind of approach with this look. I definitely got where you're going with like childhood and dressing like a little kid. The overalls with the detail of the 666 on it. I like how you're like a child dressing up for Halloween, so you had like a little devil mask and your little pitchfork. I thought that was really cute. I think the only thing I would change maybe would be the shoe choice. I just didn't like the black pump with the overalls. It just kind of looked like you were wearing a heel just for the sake of wearing a heel. But to end on a good note, I did like that mushroom bowl cut weirdly. I think it was very fitting.
The next and last queen in the high is Antichrist.
I'm at the page.
You're at the page?
I'm at the page.
You followed the theme of Alice Madness Returns, and lucky for you, we have played the game. One of my favorite games ever, one of the first games I played on Xbox. I have such great memories with it. It worried me when you said you were going to do this because I felt as though you were going to box yourself in, you're going to corner yourself. But you did such a great job of executing Alice in hysteria mode. You really did pull it off. The dress is near exact, and you have the matching stockings and the matching boots, which was a great detail. The blood looks pretty real, actually. I know you had given a trigger warning for your stuffed animal, but the trigger warning should have gone for the blood because it looks really real. And I know you also slit your finger during the lip sync holding your knife.
Oh my god.
So it makes me think, was it real? Because it looked legitimately worn, torn, like you had worn this the previous Purge.
She even did it the right way.
Oh my god. They can't sew that up. Wrote the mask is so effing cute. I want that bunny mask. It is so cute. I want it. I want it on my wall. It's not a paper mache mask. If it is, it looks amazing. It looks like quality bunny. One critique I do have is that I wish you were a bit nipped in because you're looking a bit boxy in the waist. I know you corset. What you can do is you can get a string or get an elastic and just wrap it around so you could get like a nipped in waist and tie it at the back. If you don't have a corset or something like that, really that's the only critique I have. Since it is near exact to the video game, I'm kind of missing the horseshoe necklace. Alice has a nice horseshoe necklace. It was a part of the game. If that's
I
the only
think that's
thing,
the danger, right, of like doing something so close to...
is that everything needs to be there.
Like if you're gonna do something in comparison to like a video game or a comic book
you
or
can't
whatnot,
help
it's
but be
like
compared.
people are gonna draw those comparisons.
Yeah.
But I think it looks great.
Yeah, I think you really did pull it off.
It looks fucking amazing. It's horror perfection. It's almost non-human. You know, the way that your demeanor is, the way you come out, you really put the energy out there of being very ghoulish. And I love this so much, and I recognize this type of like character or ghoul. So the only con that I have, if you can count it as a con, is that I kind of felt like this was kind of in danger of coming off to generic horror or like Spoopy girl, the girl that you see in like The Ring or like Boo 2 or Boo 1, or you know, just the girl that comes crawling out with the long hair and the white dress and the blood and cool ghost girl. But again, if you count that as a con because you executed it so well, I wouldn't. So great job.
Antichrist. Now, I'm not gonna say I'm not biased in any way, because you might have just picked my favorite character from my favorite video game franchise, who is also partially my namesake, but I'm gonna judge this fairly. And honestly, I think you had the best look of the week. I loved how you did Alice in her chaos mode. I loved the makeup that you did. I love that you distressed the dress. I love that you had the Vorpal blade. I liked how you had your bunny and it was also distressed and it looked like a vintage bunny stuffed animal. I just think overall it was very polished in how distressed it was. So good job this week.
Now that we have the highs out of the way, now we get to talk about the lows.
The lows?
The low.
The low.
Please welcome Diosa Aurora Oso, Envy Kilter, and Spjork.
Okay. My hat.
Come up, ladies. Now, Aurora. Aurora has the theme of siren.
You chose a hard theme for yourself.
Yeah, I do think that was pretty specific. I do think the mask is the most interesting part of your outfit. The hard thing is that there's not much to look at. There is the...
That's not true. There's a lot of titty.
There is a lot of titty.
There's a lot of titty.
Essentially just a harness with a mask and a wig.
And a titty.
I actually do love the blush you have on. I think your makeup looks really good. You keep getting better with your makeup, and this blush looks the best. Your trident, I think, actually looks awesome. Definitely better than the Taco Bell trident for different reasons. I do kind of wish the foil was a bit covered in something or embellished, maybe. I think it's a pretty solid weapon you got there. It's a pretty cool weapon.
Second person with a trident, invest in a Lowe's or Home Depot credit card. Get some gardening
Home
tools.
Depot is...
What's wrong with Home Depot?
They support Trump. They support
Lowe's.
I would have really loved little anchors on your nippies. Little anchors just swinging there while you walked. I think it really would have added to the nautical theme that you had going on. Netting on your body, maybe between your nipples, or like you got caught in a net. There wasn't much telling me that you were from the sea, besides the blue trident.
I really gotta say, that is a meaty tuck. That is a meaty tuck. Only that I don't mind a meaty tuck. Pro is that you look really cool. You look really cool. You know, you kind of remind me of like Lilu from The Fifth Element, you know, because the straps, so it's kind of like, oh, you're giving me that other essential element of water and spirit, and the makeup is gorgeous. You know, for critiques, I get Aqua Woman. I get, you know, sirens can be beautiful and they could be scary and they're always alluring, but this is kind of minimalistic. You're not giving the viewer or victim a lot to be afraid of. You know, if you're purging in this, I'm not afraid of you.
That's a very good observation.
Sirens are heard. They lure men to their rocky deaths. They're sneaky. This definitely says that I'm gonna fork you. Get it? Trident?
I get it.
Fork?
I get it.
As for the challenge of being a purge look, I don't know that this is quite there.
Miss Diosa Aurora Oso with Siren. I don't know if I particularly got Siren right away. I definitely saw what you're doing with like water. My big issue with the outfit is the nude illusion doesn't really match your skin tone. Because I'm all for a hairy queen. I didn't shave my legs today. But if you're gonna do that, the nude illusion doesn't really match up with the hair on your body. I would have not done one at all. But otherwise, your hair and makeup was beautiful tonight.
And the next queen we have is Envy Kilter. Now, Envy, you were in the same group as Diosa, and you followed the theme of mystical feminist killers. And you did Medusa. It's so well known that everybody expects a certain Medusa, and I like the fact that you went for a different interpretation, but I don't think this pulls it off for me, because the only thing that tells me you're Medusa is the fact that you have snakes on your boobs. I initially thought that you were a witch because of your cape, a very pilgrim. Amish, very, you know...
Quaker Oats.
I was thinking Quaker Oats. Snakes on the mask were very nice, but overall this idea was just way too simple for me. The makeup and the blood seems like an afterthought in my opinion. It doesn't seem like it was, you know, built into the concept. I appreciate the corset, but if you're gonna show the back of your corset, I'd like to see that the modesty panel was unfolded. The modesty panel is the little flap, makes sure that you can't see your skin underneath.
So that's the thing behind the strings that you're like tightening yourself with, right?
Yeah, it's exactly
okay, because I didn't know that's what it was called.
Otherwise you see like the crisscross and it just looks unorganized and looks a little messy. I would have liked more snakes on your corset. If you had like designs or small stripe, you know, some sort of intricate design with the snakes of different sizes, different colors, I think that would have really shown through.
That I actually like the snakes on the bubbies, but I do think that like having like a snake coming out from your crotch would have just been like irreverent and, you know, probably like a step out there, like out of your sanity. This looks like someone who is artfully gonna purge, and that's kind of what I'm going with, is that you look like an artful purger. I like how creative this is. This is an interpretation of Medusa. She kind of reminds me of like a hockey Quaker. Like I do like how menacing that looks, but for me it's more like, okay, is this something that someone would wear on a Halloween outfit or like to go clubbing?
Like if they used a Jason outfit and a pilgrim outfit?
Versus like purging. I don't know, it kind of straddles that for me. Like I definitely get the purge in this. I love the mask aspect. And also like I got kind of like Elphaba vibes from this. Like, you know, Wizard of Oz, Elphaba vibes. I didn't get so much more Medusa.
That's the main concern. You didn't serve what you were. And I love the gloves, but the main thing is it's just you didn't follow your own theme.
I liked the cape and the hat on. I don't know if I was getting Medusa from it, and then you removed the cape and then it was just kind of rubber snakes on your chest. And I know what you're referencing. I know Chanel did it on Drag Race in season 1, but I don't know if I really got full Medusa from it. Besides like the snakes on your chest, like there was nothing nodding to Medusa. I wish there was more kind of, if anything, maybe like a Grecian inspired outfit. The cape and the hat were giving me more like pilgrim or like Victorian plague doctor. I wasn't really getting Medusa, and I think it just kind of missed the mark a little bit.
Well, the last queen we have in the bottom is
Spjork.
I need to start off with the fact that I love your setting. I love that you had a little tea table. The setting is always appreciated and is always loved. The main concern I had with your look was that it's way too pedestrian. Like I think I saw these clothes at JCPenney's. No shame in JCPenney's, but I don't want to know it came from JCPenney's.
I don't know. It could have come from the Gap.
The top was okay. The weathering on it was okay. Do I think it could have been a little more? Yeah, I think it could have been shredded a little bit. Maybe showing a little bit of your ribs. That would have looked cool. But I do think the garments look a little too clean, and they look a little too perfect. The hat was okay. I would have loved for it to be a little bigger. This is supposed to be the Mad Hatter from Alice Madness Returns, and that Mad Hatter is over the top. It's, you know, again, I think your group really boxed yourself in with comparing yourself to the video game, leaving no room for interpretation. And that Mad Hatter is so over the top, a gigantic hat, lanky, really, you know, exaggerated, and I didn't get that in your outfit. My favorite part of your outfit was the weapon. Loved it. Was a blade with pieces of china stuck in it, and you made it, and I thought it was the best part of your outfit, but the rest was kind of lackluster in my opinion.
Again, I think that Matt said it really well, is that you guys boxed yourselves in by naming Alice in Wonderland Madness Returns a specific, you know, franchise. So if you guys had said like Alice in Wonderland and then like kind of left a twinge, you know, from the game, and it would have been like, oh, okay, we can interpret this differently, you know, or anybody looking at it wouldn't automatically say, hey, that's not the Mad Hatter from the game. You just kind of don't want that to be at the forefront of someone's thoughts when you say we're doing Madness Returns. I put like looks clean, maybe too clean, pedestrian. I could totally see this being a pedestrian purger. May not be a horrible thing that it's a pedestrian, because on Purge night, like I kind of figure that people would just kind of say, hey, I'm gonna go ahead and go and purge, and I've got a top hat, and I'm gonna make this happen, and it's gonna be a new year, and it's gonna be a new me. But yeah, does this look like Four Non-Blondes doing Purge? Yeah.
Miss Spjork with the Mad Hatter. I'm going to start with saying I appreciate how much effort you put into your background. I saw you had your little tea set ready, and I saw that you made your outfit, which is always impressive. But at further inspection, you could just see that it's a red sweater, safety pin to like black sweater. And I really appreciated the details, but I just wish they were bigger or more prominent, because I saw your little spoons and I saw like your chain of safety pins, but the details were just so small and far apart that they kind of really didn't add that much to the whole look. But otherwise, I love the characterization you gave of the Mad Hatter, and I definitely see the potential.
So with the tops and the bottoms out of the way, now we have to decide who will be in the bottom two and who will be our winner.
And this week, your winner is Antichrist.
Wow, winning. Finally! Thank you so much, Matt. Andrew, thank you so much. Thank you.
I am so happy to be able to snatch the win. This is the challenge I wanted to win, and I won it. Props to me, props to my team. I'm speechless.
This week, the bottom two are Envy and Diosa.
Hi, Los Angeles. This is Naomi Elizabeth. I love you. God sent me here to rock you. He gave me a job to do. He told me, girl, you have to show them the way I do things here in heaven. God sent me here to rock you all and fill this building up with gospel. He told me, girl, just stay a little while and show them all my style. Hot like the chopping, 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 hot. God sent me here to rock you. He gave me a job to do. He sent me down because he knew it's something no one else could do. God sent me here to rock you all and fill this building up with gospel. He told me, girl, just stay a little while and show them all my style. Make it hot, 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 make it hot. I flew down on a cloud and set me here to rock you. He gave me a job to do. He told me, girl, you have to show them the way I do things here in heaven. God sent me here to rock you all and fill this building up with gospel. He told me, girl, just stay a little while and show them all my style.
Thank you, ladies. That was a great lip sync. Hello, everyone. It's me, Matt. Good news and bad news. Bad news, I keep forgetting to film one of these outros, so this is why you're seeing me out of drag. Continuing on, your eliminated queen is Diosa Aurora Oso. Now, Diosa, I know you really wanted to be in this race since the first season. I remember your audition, and it excited me to see that you had auditioned for the second season. I'm flattered that you really value this race, and I can tell that you poured your heart and soul into this. Thank you so much, Diosa, for competing. I love you, but you're finished. Another reason why I'm filming this is because one of our cast members have been voted out. Now, every challenge, I give the queens 3 weeks to submit their footage, and if a queen doesn't make it in on time, the cast votes on whether the queen should be asked to leave or whether they can wait for their submission. This time, the queens weren't willing to wait. Our fellow contestant, Izzy Stardust, was voted out. Now, Izzy, I just want to say that you were strong competition. You were one of the front runners of this race. I loved the fact that you auditioned and that you decided to play in this game that I call the finish line. You poured more than enough hours into the race, from spinning your own twine to making your own garments. It was obvious that you loved what you did. Thank you so much, Izzy. And again, I'm flattered that you would decide to compete. You're finished. And thank you for watching the third episode of The Finish Line.
If you would like to contribute to the prize money or to one of the queens, click a link below. If you are contributing to the prize, make sure that you comment or some way write prize money. There's like a place for you to go ahead and comment, so just put prize money, because if not, that's going to be a personal tip from Matt, which I mean, I might actually snatch. But so please designate it as prize money.
Thank you. If you'd like to monetarily contribute to the grand prize, then please go through my Venmo and please write, "This tip is for the grand prize." Otherwise, I'm going to consider it a tip for me. But these girls are working with their time, their money, and their energy, so a tip does go a long way, especially for me. Again, if you'd like to contribute to the grand prize, make sure you make a note on the transaction saying, "This is for the grand prize." Maybe a heart emoji, I don't know, you do you. But thank you so much for watching, and let's hope this pre-production stage goes well. Until next time,